Hola, buenas tardes. Good afternoon. How's it going? This is Valencia, Spain. On the eastern side of the country and the western end of the Mediterranean Sea, the third largest city in Spain. Today is May 19th. It is currently 70 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 21 degrees Celsius. A very pleasant day here in the middle of May. Warming up, heading into the tourist season, but as far as major cities of Spain go, then from what I've experienced over the past day and a half that I've been here, then it doesn't have as touristy of a feel as other cities such as Madrid, Barcelona, Malaga, Benidorm, but it is certainly a city visited by millions every year, and for very good reason. As you can see from right here, the historical architecture is just phenomenal here. It reminds me just a little bit of Paris. The magnificence of many of these buildings, clearly from, the 19th century, many of them in that era. And this is the main square, which I am not going to try to pronounce, but I will put it on the screen there. So there is a lot to see in this city, and I haven't seen much. My hotel is right over there. I had reserved it for 3 nights, the last 2 nights, and tonight is the last night, and then tomorrow I'm catching a flight to Ibiza Island, one of the Balearic Islands in the Balearic Sea. Right out there, a very, very short flight, like 45 minutes or something. So looking forward to getting out into the Mediterranean, to the islands. It will be about as different as it can get from the big city here, but for now, I am very much looking forward to exploring this very beautiful, pleasant, cultural, artistic, historic city founded by the Romans in the 2nd century BC. A very important port and trading center for millennia. So, let's see what's happening here in Valencia. Here we go. I'm walking first over to the cathedral, just because the cathedrals are one of the central points of many cities, especially, of course, Spain. And then from there, it's going to be a lot of walking today, by the looks of it, to get over to the beaches and see what there is to see along the way, which is going to be a heck of a lot. So luckily the weather is cooperating. Gorgeous day. So as you can see, it is a nice combination of the grandeur of the amazing historical buildings, and then it goes into these smaller streets, very quaint, lots of pedestrian zones, especially the area over by my hotel over there. Just classic European street side cafes, quaint little shops, shaded. Lots of parks and plazas. Cute little market areas. So, lots of classic Spanish food by the looks of it here. Paella, a rice dish of various types with seafood, black rice, pescado, fish dishes. Pizza. I am actually not a big fan of paella myself. I know that's like a little bit sacrilegious to say here in Spain, but this is my 5th time to Spain. I have not spent a lot of time in the country as opposed to other places that I've been many times where I've stayed for longer, but all of my trips to Spain have been fairly short, up to a couple of weeks. And so I haven't explored the country extensively. But the reason that paella isn't one of my favorite dishes is because I'm not that big of a rice fan, and it is rice with stuff mixed into it. But I have been enjoying the Spanish food for sure. I've been in Spain for a week now. Flew into Alicante. And then stayed in Denia for four nights, just south of here, about an hour. Went to Benidorm, classic, crazy, very touristy beach scene, and Altia, very lovely town on a hill with an old town. Visited the Guadalest Castle, and then took a bus from Denia here 2 days ago. Traditional ceramic market. So another just spectacular square, only like a 3-minute walk away from the other one. And I guess this must be the cathedral, and it is just, wow, really incredible. I'm curious what's going on with all of this sand. Why is there a ring of sand here? There you go, 2 in the afternoon. Let's see, out of curiosity, how accurate that was. Exactly 2 o'clock. Jewelry. Henna tattoos. Okay. Now it feels touristy. So let's go ahead and try to go inside. Is this the entrance? Let's find out. To the tower. Visit area. €9 entry fee.
So the Valencia Cathedral was opened in 1238 AD, almost 800 years ago. But a much more important year for Spain and the Iberian Peninsula, Spain and Portugal, was a year that many of my American friends, and I don't mean just people from the United States, but the Americas in general, a year that many of you will know, 1492. I hadn't realized that this was a very important year, not just for the Americas, the European invasion of the Americas. Of course, that is the year that Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue on his quest to find another continent and ultimately succeeding in that quest. But 1492 was the culmination of the Reconquista. So Arab Muslims invaded Iberia in the early 8th century AD, around 710, 711, and were successful in conquering this region. The Christian-Spanish attempt to take back their land began shortly thereafter in around 718 to 722 AD. So just 6-7 years later, they were making some gains, conquering some of the Arab armies, but the effort would last a very, very, very long time. It wasn't until 1492 that the Reconquista, the taking back of the Iberian Peninsula by the Christians, was finally, ultimately, completely successful. So 1492, a very, very big year in world history. And another spectacular, spectacular square. We have some music over here. Let's take a listen. He sounds a lot like the Gypsy Kings. His voice.
¿Has visto el vídeo o no? El vídeo loco. No, es que fue nuestro rey. Voy a empezar tanto de
I couldn't tell if he's actually playing for money or not. There was no little thing there to put anything. But nice to get a little taste of the what sounds like traditional Spanish music to me. I was a big fan of the Gypsy Kings for a while. So I'm assuming that that is the tower that you can go up next to the cathedral. I decided to skip it just because there is so much to see still ahead of us, including another tower, the Torres de Serranos. This way, a few minutes. Another very nice area to have a drink or eat. During the Spanish Civil War, 1936 to 1939, when the Republican government and capital moved to Valencia, Palace of Borja became the headquarters for the government and the Ministry of War. From its windows, the socialist leader, Largo Caballero, urged on a large demonstration in support of the democratic government on 14th February 1937. During the dictatorship, 1939 to 1975, Franco stayed here during his visits to Valencia. It is now the seat of the Cortes Valencianas, the legislative authority of this autonomous region. So a tumultuous period of Spain's history, the Civil War, and then the dictatorship of Franco